Hey, yo, say whatever you want about Dame Dash, but one thing you can't say is that he ain't been who he is the whole rip. Like this right here when he clapped back at the Breakfast Club. Crazy stuff he had to say. Let's get into it.
You know, it's been a couple of days since the Breakfast Club, and I'm seeing how it's affected the world. And, you know, in this moment, basically what happened is what I expected to happen. And, you know, now I have to do what I have to do to protect my family office. So, you know, to me, when someone invites you on to their show that they don't own for someone else's platform, which is iHeart, I think legally, and I'm going to say allegedly for the whole interview. So allegedly. And I'm going to do the research. Hey, Nicolette. Yeah. Can you look at ChatGPT and ask it if a show that's not owned by the people that are on the show invite you to the show, can they discredit everything you say and cut you off all because they don't like you personally, even though iHeart is supposed to be objective? And I'd like to see what comes up, and I'll get back to you later about it. But I don't think that's legal. I looked at how many times Charlemagne cut me off. So then why?
Yeah, I almost think that it's like it's a biased situation. When you walking into them atmospheres, I don't think you're supposed to personally hold a grudge to whoever it is that you're interviewing because it's from a broad spectrum, such as a radio station. You know what I mean? It's not Charlemagne or DJ Envy or whoever else is owning it. It's iHeart. So when he walked in there, it should have been a broader perspective, even with the answers that they was given. But I get what he's saying. But let's continue.
But he's known as a terrible businessman.
And you still not
a terrible businessman and con artist.
See, when you're in it, let me just finish. Now you're interrupting me.
Now you're doing the girl.
I know him. I'm giving you an example. How they discredited every single announcement that I made. I have a book there with Simon Schuster.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And the title of the book, I secured the rights for TV and all that. You know what the name of the book is?
What's the name of it?
Power. And I'm going to be putting a TV show on my own television network, Revolt. That's Power with no debt. And you're calling me broke because I have no debt.
Me and listening. You know what I'm saying?
That is you done. Let OG in. OG in with some positive, real shit. Not that silly shit.
If you ever have anything that you...
Charlemagne just kind of pissed me off right then and there. I had this whole perspective that he was kind of changing who he is, but I swear, man, I didn't like that whole interaction right there that just happened. You know what I mean? That was just total classless in my opinion. And some of the things that just really don't make me like him at all. You know, so how do you feel? You rock with Charlemagne? I really don't. I didn't like that at all. I don't care what Dame has done. He's not deserving of coming on that platform for that. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can debate with me in the comments all you want to, but nobody deserves to come on somebody's platform that you invited him on to do that. But let's continue.
I actually showed Charlemagne and everyone else in there the episodes of my page. And for one full episode, he wouldn't watch it. He just continuously told me I was lying. And he was doing that in public. And the thing about the algorithm is if he says that, and other people say that, and other people say that, then that becomes other people's truth. And these are my customers. And I feel like he's been doing this for a long time. Now, again, it's not his platform. He doesn't own it. So I don't feel that he should be able to use whatever personal issues he has with me to bring me on someone else's platform and try to sabotage everything that my family office is doing and make me seem not credible. And I watched the interview a couple of days before with Ben Shapiro. And I mean, the interview happened a couple of days before. And I'm saying Loon so y'all know who he is, so no disrespect, Loon, because you go by a different name now. And, you know, the thing with Loon is he's from Harlem, he's from 40th Street, and we argue all the time. I'm talking about we get off the phone mad at each other, and then the next time we talk, it's nothing. We like to debate. And my issue with him sometimes is like, he's, you know, I'm talking and he cut me off, but we cut each other off. But I said, all right, I'm not going to cut you off. And he spoke for 3 straight minutes. And after 3 minutes, I was like, you know, Loon, this isn't a conversation. I'm just listening now. But I did listen to him. And at the end, when he landed the plane, he said, yo, go watch the Ben Shapiro and look at the difference between the way they interviewed you and the way you interviewed when they interviewed Ben Shapiro. And so throughout all the things he said something very important. And I watched it and I was like, wow. I can't believe how much respect they gave that white man. A white man that triggers black people and other people, and I'll say allegedly, but they let him talk. They gave him so much space to talk. They talked with him with such respect. And then when they interviewed me, they cut me off, and you can compare side by side. Look at Ben's interview, look at the respect, look how long that he talked. They never cut him off. Look how much respect they gave him. If they did challenge him, it was not the way they challenged me. And I just don't understand why black people do that. Why they give them so much respect. Even if they talk things that really make our culture uncomfortable, they'll come in there, and they did the same thing with Leo. Even when Charlemagne had a question for Leo, he said, oh, Damon would say, it was like he didn't want to directly challenge him. He wanted to make sure that he gave him the utmost respect. And I don't get that. And you can't do that. It's not legal, and I have a lot of big announcements to make for my family office, and you can't compromise that based on your personal opinion, and you're on someone else's platform, and millions of people are listening to you. You just can't do it. And I have to protect my family office. And something else that was peculiar to me was Lauren called me at like 7, 8. I woke up to her texting me, telling me that representatives from BET and Revolt said that I didn't try to buy the company and I'm not chairman. I'm like, number one, I know that's a lie because that's not true. I asked her to FaceTime me so I could show her, but she didn't want to FaceTime me. She said she was shooting and she'll call me later. She still hasn't FaceTimed me. I could have showed her all the proof, but she didn't want it. So I was like, well, who said that? You know?
Yeah, they just basically wanted to run with their narrative. That's the hot topic is team destroy Dame. But I'm going to let this joint play and get my thoughts in the end.
Oh, I'm the chairman now. I'll fire them. She wouldn't tell me who. So that's why I put that thing on my Instagram. You know, your sources say their names, or else legally I'm going to have to challenge you. But she said, I'm doing it anyway. And I have it all on the text. I could show it. So I found that to be peculiar. I thought Jessica Hilarious was very respectful, and I have no problems with her. And I appreciate the way you conducted yourself at that, because you never disrespected me one time. But Charlemagne, you know, there was a couple of things I found funny. When I challenged you to show me your view, I showed you my view from my family office. And this is exactly where I'm sitting right now, at my family office. And this is really the view. And then you took a picture at night. Why would you take a picture at night of your view? Are you that ashamed of your view that you don't want to show it in the daytime? You don't want people to really see it? And I thought it was a condo. It looked like a condo. I saw a lot, you know, it didn't seem, I really thought it was a public pool, and I don't go in public pools because men and children pee in pools. And I'm not going to be swimming in a bunch of people's piss. I only swim in my pool. Or if it's a pool that I know all the people in, and I could be like, please, I don't believe in chlorine when it comes to piss. I don't want to be swimming in your piss. So I feel like you're swimming in piss. I didn't do the research, but like people were hitting me, pause, about their opinions of what you said.
Then what's the problem with them? Like there's real people that are sellouts that have really wronged the black community. Dame Dash is just unapologetic about himself, his ego. You understand me? How he wants to be perceived, right? And I get it. He goes up there and he be wilding out. But at the end of the day, I think that we make too much.
Because they disrespected Dame Dash when he was speaking facts. This man called him Dame Debt. How is he broke by being in debt? Since when does debt equals just total brokenness? Since when do any of the billionaires have anything in their names, or do they put them in trust? Or do they use bankruptcy to be able to get away from the debt that they no longer want to take care of? I find it weird because there are people that will listen to Charlamagne and think, oh yeah, look at him. He is laughing. He's joking. He's a clown. He's laughing because he knows that he's speaking facts. He knows he's speaking facts.
See, this is the question, though.
A few moments later.
I bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet all my houses are bigger than you. I bet I have a better.
How old are you, man?
Now it's how old are you?
This is embarrassing.
Right. Now it's how old are you? It wasn't how old are you when it was raise your hand if you think Dame is broke. That's some kindergarten shit. Yeah, so when he say, I bet my house is bigger than yours, that's grown man shit. Cause like kids ain't got no houses to be saying, I bet my house is bigger than yours. They ain't got no houses to be saying that. That's some grown man shit. I bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet all of my houses is bigger than yours. That don't sound like a broke nigga can't be talking like that. Broke niggas ain't got houses. We got apartments. Yeah, we live in apartments, broke niggas, man. We don't got houses that we could be bragging is bigger than yours. That's not broke nigga lingo. Respectfully. That's not childish lingo neither. But see, they tried to gaslight him just right there. Right there is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That's you. They trying to gaslight him. You raising your hand. Yo, raise your hand if you think Dame is broke. You playing. You acting childish. But then when a nigga say some real nigga shit, you try to pass that off as childish. That's very childish. No. That's some real shit. I bet you my house is bigger than yours. How you calling me broke if my house is bigger than yours?
And there you have it. Listen, here's my thoughts on it real quick. Because I've been in the comments going back and forth with people over the whole Dame and Jay thing. Listen, Dame, in my opinion, and this is strictly Chaotic One's opinions and how I feel about the whole situation. Now, Dame, of course, came in the game, did his thing, and blew up. You know, their whole movement, next level. One thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to end it on this one. I feel like Dame, you know, a lot of people say Dame's ego. This. Dame was who he was before he blew up. Dame was who he was while he was on top. And Dame is still Dame right now, going through his troubles. So I personally can't commend Dame because Dame is being Dame. Y'all might not like how Dame is doing Dame, but he's being Dame. He ain't changed from day one. I don't care if you feel he lost it all or whatever the case. One thing I can say is that Dame has been himself. In other news, how many faces do Jigga, Jay-Z, Hove really got? And on that note, it's your boy Chaotic One. If you feeling any of this, man, make sure you leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it. I'm going to respond to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it in the comment section. It's KMHP TV. To the next video. Peace.